All right. Hello, Alexis.
Hi, Spice and Vice. So let's talk a little bit about this shed structure under which we put all the tents, where we live, where we cook. It's basically our living area. So the way we designed it now is basically there's 4 rows by 8. So this is the maximum shed structure we've ever built. The way we build it step by step is we put first the upper layer, we build it on the floor. So we put everything together so we know exactly where to locate it. Put all the pieces for the 2 long lanes on the sides. Then we tie the shades or the tops on top of it for the 2 sides. And then we'll lift those 2. The way we're going to lift them, and by the way, let me talk a little bit about the roof. It's made of 1 long pole in the sides, in the long side, and then 1 long plus 1 short on the other side. So as you can see here, this is all 1 long. These are 1 long and 1 short.
Here, I'll zoom in on one of those short pieces. Here we go. This is the connector piece that makes the medium and short piece an extra long bay.
And then we obviously have the vertical ones. Vertical ones can be differentiated because they have this small nut bolt at the bottom of it, which is going to be used later to actually tie to the rebar that's in the ground.
And none of the beams have that piece. It's just the columns.
It's just the columns, yeah. That's how we recognize them. So when we've set up the 2 long lanes or the 2 first lanes on the floor, we're going to lift them up and put them on those bars. So the way we're going to do this is that we're first going to know exactly the position of each one of those bars. We're going to put a rebar in the ground, maybe up to this height. When we have all the rebars on 2 sides, we're going to lift one side with 8 people. Lift one side, put the poles in, and then lift the other side, put the poles in, and then we're going to take the entire structure and put it on the rebars. Either all at once or one side after the other. Once it's on the rebar, we're going to need to make sure that all the bolts on the floor are re-tight. And we can go pretty hard on those ones using a tool to make it very hard because it's on a rebar, so it's very solid. That brings me to another thing. As you can see, those connectors, they're pretty fragile. So even though we want this to hold pretty well, we want to tie this very well, we don't want to go too far, otherwise we just break them. So go as far as you can with your hand, and then maybe use a tool like a screwdriver for a couple more turns, but that's where it should stop, because after that it's just going to break them. So that's for the structure. Then once we've put the 2 first lane, then we'll put the 2 other ones. Since everything is already set up, we just need to put the top on top, connect them, and then start to tie them up. And then to finish the shed structure, we're going to use all the side tops, which usually we try to have top that is actually almost like a mesh, so that the wind can go through and we don't have a problem with the structure collapsing if there is too much wind. So we put a very long green mesh on 1 long end at the end where there's no kitchen. Then we're typically going to use the black ones on the other side or the small green ones to finish the structure.
Okay.
The reason why we have holes in the ceiling is because when there's too much wind, we don't want to create too much pressure difference. So having holes allow the wind to go through and avoid the structure to be torn apart. And that's it. I think that's all about the structure.
Thank you very much.